Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's your old pal Huckison Ford, ready to talk about Harrison Ford movies. Oh man, I am so excited. Can I tell you, Harrison Ford is my OG. He's the GOAT for me. Grew up with Harrison, and I'm super excited to have a killer panel with me tonight to talk about Harrison Ford. Let's say I'm just gonna click a button. Who's on? All right, oh, it's Tim. All right, I just did a random thing. What's up, buddy?
I'm good, man. I am pumped. When you asked me to if I was interested, I was all in. Harrison has a heck of a filmography.
Oh, yeah, and we're going to get into it tonight, like with this guy. It's Ben. What's up, Ben Buster?
Hey,
I'm you, buddy.
Hey, guys. I'm Ben. I'm the scruffy nerf herder for tonight. So
yes, you are. Are you sure it's just for tonight, Ben? I'm pretty thinking a lot of times you're the scruffy nerf herder.
Yeah. I am.
What about this guy?
It's this guy.
It's this guy.
It's this guy. Yeah, I changed my name to David Drummer after his character in Expendables 3 because I know that one.
Oh, like Expendables 3. So. Okay. All right, we're going to get nice start. What about this guy?
Hey there.
Tony.
Very excited to talk about Harrison Ford. What a career he has. He's had a great career and he's still going.
Yep. Oh, absolutely, y'all. And look, we got one more to bring in. I told you there's a mystery guest tonight. It is a fresh face to Huck's Pop Culture Cafe, but not a fresh face to Huck because it is my longtime friend, Keith Lane. What is going on, Keith?
Hey, buddy. Good to be here.
Oh, man. Keith and I go way back. We saw Harrison Ford movies together. We went to James Bond things together, just all kinds of good stuff. So I was excited. He said yes for tonight. So it's going to be fun, bud. All right, so here is the lowdown right down there. 4K lowdown right there. Little lowdown pun for you, buddy. So we're going to have a bracket tournament of Harrison Ford. I've loaded up 40 of some of his humdingers, some more hummer than dingers. Totally made no sense. But what it is it's any movie that really he is the lead or a prominent role in. So if it's a co-star, like in his early days, he was in Apocalypse Now, Bob Falfa, and American Graffiti. Those aren't going to be on here because, they're not really, it's not his movie. And quite frankly, look, if you put American Graffiti in and it goes up against Indy, what's the better Harrison Ford movie? That's my point. So that is how we're going to duke it out tonight. Are you folks ready?
Yes,
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
Ready.
Yeah.
All right. Digging that.
Okie dokie, Mr. Jones.
Oh, nice. Oh, who does not love short round? Come on. Let's get it for Kiyu Kwan. Who is crossing their fingers for that little dude? That little dude. He's 50 now. He's like our age. Take home that golden trophy, right?
Yep.
I am so excited for him. I mean, honestly, I want to see a clean sweep. I want Michelle Yeoh, Kiyu Kwan, and the Daniels and the movie but I don't think we're going to. Who else? Anybody else think that it could pull that off? Or no?
No.
How many could it win? At least two? Or is Key the only one it's going to win?
I'm thinking two.
What's the second?
Two.
I think it's going to be director.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, what do you think is the best movie then?
I think it's going to go to Banshees.
Huh. So yeah, I would almost flip that. I think as a film, Everything Everywhere is just it takes more chances, it's more daring. It's like Banshees is an okay movie. It's a decent.
I love Banshees.
Everywhere.
I love
it. Pick that every time twice on Sunday, but I just, just from what I've seen with how the Oscars do it.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. All right, well, look, let's not keep you fellas waiting any longer. Let's dive into it. Here we go. We have the board right here. I'm super excited. Let's see. Can I even go
can we make that bigger?
Full screen. Let's see. That's about as full screen as it gets. All right, that's pretty good. I'll take that. So there we go. This is our little bracket thing. Oh, the first up. Oh, out of the gate, it's going to be Air Force One against Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So I'll just and I'm going to try to bounce around y'all, but right now we'll just go straight down the line. Start with Tim. Tim, which one? What's calling to you, man?
Well, so Air Force One is a 90s action classic. all the way. Who cannot, get off my plane? Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
classic. I love Indy. I don't love Crystal Skull. I don't hate it with the dying passion, but it's by far my least favorite. So I have to go Air Force One. It is so freaking good. Gary Oldman. I mean, you can't go wrong Harrison Ford against Gary Oldman. Yeah, definitely Air Force One.
All right, Ben, what you think?
There's some roles that shape us. There's some presidents that shape us. Bill Pullman, and the other is Harrison Ford. So I'm going with Air Force One.
Oh yes, of
Just
course.
because I could see him. I could see him as a president.
All right, Dave, what you think?
All right. So here's the thing. I am a huge Cate Blanchett fan, and she did a good job in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I am not a Shia LaBeouf fan. So, but Indiana Jones, one of my favorite franchises of all time. That being said, I am also going with Air Force One. It is a great one-shot movie, action up the wazoo. So that would be my vote.
All right. Well, unless it takes an ugly turn here with Tony, I'm smelling a victor. Tony, what you got?
Yeah, so I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. I love the Indiana Jones films, but Crystal Skull is the least favorite of all of them. And Air Force One, you just can't beat that for action. Perfect movie. Great performance by Harrison Ford. So definitely Air Force One.
Nice.
Sounds good. Keith, is this a slam dunk? Is this
It's absolutely a slam dunk. I echo everybody's sentiments. I love Indy, but this is my least favorite of all the Indy films. And Air Force One, it hits on all cylinders. It's an outstanding action film. It's a great character drama with a husband trying to save his wife and his children. And it's got a great cast, great director, great music by Jerry Goldsmith. It's an outstanding film, and I love revisiting it. I don't love revisiting Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
That is well said.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's a good first round. I was kind of figuring that was going to be the victor on that. So I am in complete agreement with everybody. Before we move on, let's see. I just want to get that first round to get everybody all excited. Now let's pop into the chats and see who's with us before we keep going. Look at that. Convicted Cinephiles here. Can't believe I'm not a part of this stream. Love Garrison Forbus. That is why you're not here. No. Hey, Adrian James is here. Huck and Gas. Gus is here. Hey, Huck's Tony's boyfriend.
Hey, Gus.
All right. And everyone get to know Keith. Everyone say, hey, Keith. We'll just see like a whole bunch of hey, Keiths pop up as we roll down. Gus, Holland, everyone saying hey to each other. Mama Blu-ray is here. Hi, Mr. Huck. Give Mom Blu-ray a round of applause. We love her. Representing the old Sue house over there. Spicy 4K action. What's up? Tony. Hey, Huck. Hey, bud.
Honey.
Welcome, man. Saying hey. Well, we get a lot of hays right at the beginning here. Look, Caveman's here. What's going on, buddy?
Hey,
Welcome to you. Busy with the Hi Huck and panel and chats. Let's see if we can find something that's not a big hi. Hello. Oh, this is great. Holland says, was he in Ford versus Ferrari? Was he any good in Ford versus Ferrari? Of course, he was the best part of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Just somebody saying, hey, Bon. Did I miss? Is there a Bonnie? He said, hey, Bonnie.
Yeah, Mama Blu-ray.
Oh. Oh, yeah, first names have threw me off. That's right. Hey there. Hey, Tony. Get off my plane. Here we go. Mega Mike's here. What's up, my friend? Hello, movie friends. This term is going to be tough. Can't wait to learn about some Harrison Ford movies. Well, we're going to learn for sure.
Yep.
So Caveman's already, he's also picking Air Force One. Nice. But how many own Crystal Skull? Oh, we all do.
Yeah.
We all make
right there on the wall.
Gotta have them all.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I have it.
All right. Well, we got a packed house tonight. Guys, if you're with us tonight, please get on down there. We got 27 people watching. We got 15 likes. Let's stack the deck, y'all. Show us how much you love these battles and tournaments, and we'll keep them coming. All right, let's bring you to the second one. Here we go. Oh man, Star Wars versus the new Blade Runner 2049. This will be interesting. We'll go down one. Ben.
If it was Blade Runner versus Star Wars, I would have a tough time choosing over Blade Runner, but I wasn't a fan of 2049, honestly. I think the graphics are amazing. I think it looks awesome. Just not a fan. I will have to go with Star Wars. That's his role there.
Okay, that's a good call. I have an opinion on that too, Ben. All right, let's go down to David. What you got, buddy?
All right, I am almost word for word with Ben here. I did like 2049, not enough to kick Star Wars out of the tournament. So Star Wars takes taco for me. However, if it was the original Blade Runner versus Star Wars, that would have been a really tough choice.
You know, it's funny. I'm hearing you guys say that. Well, what happens if it comes up against that? I feel like you're telegraphing your future choice.
I may predict an upset on that one.
I know. We'll see. Tony?
Yes, so I really enjoyed 2049. I really loved the revisiting that whole Blade Runner coming to a newer generation. So I really liked it, but there's nobody that would beat Star Wars in my book. So Star Wars, of course.
Loving the strong lean on Star Wars. Keith?
Look, there's no way I'm going up against Star Wars. It really is. I mean, Star Wars for so many of us is a seminal watershed film that even though Blade Runner is an outstanding film, it's a sequel to a much better film, in my opinion. So I'm going to have to just stick with Star Wars and, go with Han Solo.
See where it ends up. All right, Tim.
So I'm probably the biggest 2049 fan on this panel. I freaking love 2049. It is so good. I think it's like a perfect movie. Denis Villeneuve just knocks it out of the park with almost everything he does. But it's up against the original Star Wars. Kind of like everyone else mentioned, if this was the original Blade Runner, I think I might sway more, but I'll go Star Wars here. Okay. But damn, 2049, I love it though, man. I love it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I had a feeling it might go that way. I'm sort of the same. Tim, I do think you stacked the Tim Deckard. I just noticed your name.
And I'm wearing the 2049 hoodie even.
Yeah, that's good.
That's up against Star Wars.
But I'm the same way. When I saw the new Blade Runner, I felt like I saw everything coming. I don't know why. Like visually, it's great, but I just saw, like, I knew who he was. Ryan Gosling. It wasn't a surprise. The girl in them, it's old, so we don't look. This is a Harrison Ford thing, so if there's going to be spoilers, you got to roll with it, everybody, because we're going to be. Let's just enjoy these movies, and if we have to say, so the girl in the movie, there's only one girl in the movie, so when you learn that he's got a daughter, there's only one actor that's been in the movie that's female, so there was no surprise who that was. So,
I love both of them. They give you moral things to think about, whereas like Star Wars is more, it's a fun franchise.
It's a ride, yeah.
But Blade Runner really makes you think. You question what is real, what makes life. So I really love that franchise, man. That hurts to vote against 2049 because, like I said, I love it so much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, before we even go on, what does Harrison Ford mean to everybody? And just chime in, go for it.
I don't, he's my childhood. Star Wars, seeing that in the theater for the first time was amazing. I loved every bit of it. And just growing up, he's, that was 1978. And then just all throughout the years, up until even now, he's still that iconic actor. So, yeah, he means a lot to me.
He commands the screen every time he's on. He just commands the screen.
He was He was the first action star I ever watched growing up.
Yeah, I remember when, same with Star Wars, Tony. I think we're in the same age bracket, and Star Wars just like changed my life. When you saw that from that opening shot of that ship, just that there just was never ending, chasing that little bitty ship, and then his swag in that movie, it was just like it was pitch perfect. And then I remember seeing Raiders in the cinema, not really knowing, like as a younger person, I kind of looked at like, what is this, a Western? These guys have hats, like I did not expect the naive young Huck what to expect from it. And dudes, let me tell you, when I left that thing, I'm like, oh my God, like I couldn't wait to get back in that theater and see it immediately the next day. And Keith, it played in our neck of the woods for an entire year before bowing out. Remember that?
Same here.
I remember going to see that movie. I don't know how many times. I remember my mom taking me to go see the movie, and I'm thinking, why do I want to go see a movie about Noah's Ark?
Exactly.
Like that's what I thought it was about, and it's amazing. Harrison in Star Wars, he let everybody know who he was, and everybody was aware of him. But Raiders really solidified his status as a screen icon.
Yeah.
And both Star Wars and Raiders both blew all of us away with the story, the believability. And Harrison, I was watching a movie last night, and he said he's not a stuntman, he's a physical actor. And he loves the physicality of it, of being able to be there and in the scene. And you see that it's him, and it's him taking the punches, taking the falls.
Yeah.
And that really
stapling his hat.
I love that.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Well, now look, I'm going to test some of your love. That's why I put this out, because I love this next bracket. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Force 10 from Navarone versus Hanover Street. Now, to everybody looking at this at home with the sort of the dog when you blow a whistle and they go, oh, and they I think that's what most people are doing with these two titles. But David, what comes to mind when you look at these two? Which one calls to you? I have one. I certainly have mine. So what's yours?
10 from Navarone. I watched that. Oh man, that is such a great movie. It's been a long time since I've seen Hanover Street. I do like that as well, but Force 10 from Navarone, as soon as I saw that poster, I'm like, that.
That's a boss poster.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah,
Tony?
that's my.
Yeah, same thing as David. Force 10 from Navarone is the one that I would revisit more often. So that would be what I would go with. Hanover Street, I don't even really remember much about that. So yeah.
Keith?
Well, interestingly enough, I was telling Huck earlier, I did a 3-movie marathon last night, and it was 3 movies that I've really not seen before of Harrison's films, and Hanover Street is one of them. So I watched this for the first time last night. It's a unique film. It's really 3/4 a romance and 1/4 an action movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really interesting seeing him, of course, in a World War II setting. And I enjoyed the film, but some of the stuff didn't really work for me. Not his performance. What was interesting was I did notice the finger of doom made its appearance at one point when he's griping at the mechanic who's working on his plane.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw it, I started laughing. I'm like, well, that's probably one of the earliest Ford Fingers of Doom appearances I've seen in a film now. But I enjoyed the film. It's probably not one that I would revisit. And Force 10 from Navarone has been one of my longtime favorites. I love the cast. I love the score of the film. And as much as I am a John Barry fan, I love his music. In Hanover Street, it doesn't fit, not for the action. I'm watching the action, and Peter Hyams is a great director, and I loved the way he shot the action, but the music just undercut it all the way through. And I'm like, man, Barry needs a Bond type feel here, not a Dances with Wolves type feel. But it was enjoyable. I'm glad I watched it because it was one of Harrison's movies that I'd never seen before.
Interesting.
So I enjoyed it, but no, there's no way I'm not voting Force 10 for
Force
Maverick.
10. Tim, what about you?
Well, now I feel like I need to buy Force 10 immediately after the stream because I've never seen either one of these. But the way you guys are talking about Force 10, and my God, that poster is badass.
It's so good. Yeah. I love that poster. Kino has it out, Tim, and I keep waiting. In fact, I have it on just regular Blu-ray, but there's the sort of that loaded edition on Kino that I keep trying to convince myself to swap out this Blu-ray to get that one.
Yeah. I literally might buy it right after the stream.
Yeah, get it.
Everybody get your carts ready, folks. Ben, where are we going?
I'm in the same boat as Tim. I mean, but hearing everyone talk about, I haven't seen either one. So if I just had to buy a poster, I'll pick Force 10.
Yeah,
buy a poster. I had to. Well, like if I'm looking at both posters in the theater, say which one do I want to go see? Force 10 will be the one I want to go see that.
Yeah, I like that look. And this is a fun thing. So if tonight you just want to vote by poster, well, by cracky, you vote by poster.
Do it.
So
that's what posters are there for. They're meant to get you into the theater.
Yeah, Tim and I did a thing about posters that drew us in and were really great. So all right, so we're clicking it.
Yeah. I didn't realize the movies were so close together. They're only a year apart.
Yeah, those two?
Yeah, that was interesting. I thought Hanover Street was a few years after that.
All right, let's pop back to the chat. So real quick, let me find my star. There we go. Caveman says regarding Henry, hopefully makes the list. Air Force One's fun action. Shia LaBeouf, love Cate Blanchett. So Gus, hello there. Hug Like Fish is here. What's going on, Fish? Cave's like, Star Wars before we knew it to be number 4. Yeah, I know. When it was just plain old Star Wars, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Fish. Adrian says Star Wars is good. Though what's annoying is the fact that these remaster versions, I know, don't have the originals. Hopefully someday somebody will give us those as a treat. Cinema Man is here. So Tim giving off Dr. Richard Kimball vibes with the beard. Hey, give us it was a man with an arm.
Oh my God. If only I could act.
Yeah. Let's see. There's Joe Hart's here. He says Force 10. What's up, Joe? Yeah, Force 10 all the way, right? Caveman says 29 likes. Hit that like button, people. All right, cool. Let's just put a pin in it here. Let's get back to it. Couldn't even wait. Wait.
No, because I forget stuff, so it's just I'm just gonna get it. So
show us that again. Yeah. We're so happy. Look.
Well,
I mean, it has my address.
Yeah, come here. Here it is. Look at that. Nice. All right. We want to give away the goods. People are going to start sending you like all kinds of box sets. You know,
I need that address. I need to get.
All right, you guys are going to love me for this one. Ready? Oh,
I think that's.
That's what I wanted to hear. Is grown. All right. Tony. Who am I? I'm echoing somebody's thing.
Oh my goodness, that's a tough one. I'm trying to think which one would I prefer. I guess I'm going to go with Clear and Present Danger. I really have no reason because they're both amazing. Okay. Yeah, Clear and Present Danger.
Clear Present. I'm wondering if we'll get our first battle here. Keith, what are you picking?
Well, you're not going to get much of a battle, at least with me and Tony. Strangely enough, I just rewatched Patriot Games this week.
Yeah.
And all of the problems I had with it before, I still have with it.
Oh, really?
Which is the fact of it's the second movie in the Jack Ryan series. And the first movie did a really good job of taking all of these different political stories and making it a story that it was an epic story, but told very well. And you felt about all the characters. Patriot
Okay.
Games, it's a very personal story, and Harrison Ford's character is very much reactive instead of proactive.
Okay.
And as much as I feel like the book is probably really good, the movie doesn't do a really good job of, for me, of being a wild, great Jack Ryan adventure.
Hmm.
Okay.
Because it's really, even though it's told on a large scale, it's a small scale movie. At least the stakes. It's about his wife and daughter, and
Right.
and what's really strange is, much as I like that in Air Force One, that to me is the drawback. As of in Patriot Games, that's the only problem. You know, that's the only hook. It's he's trying to save his wife and daughter, and some of the scenes didn't really flow, and I feel like there's a lot in the book that probably got cut out, because I know Clancy, of course, hates all of his movies because he feels they don't do the books justice.
Are you going to be one of those book guys right now, huh?
Well, I'm always one of the book guys. But
Well, Tim, let's see if Tim's got a little take on this.
So I haven't read the book, so just going off of the movies.
Yep.
I actually like Patriot Games a little bit more. And what's funny is some of what Keith doesn't like as much is what I do like. I like that it's just the smaller, more personal story. And it's the movie that I think most represents, like, he is just an analyst. That's all the character of Jack Ryan is. And I feel like as the Jack Ryans keep going, he becomes like this action guy. But like, he is just a CIA analyst that's thrown into a situation of, you know, this dude is trying to hunt down my family, and we have to find him and take him out. And the boat chase on the ocean at the end is freaking so awesome. Like, that holds up so well, that boat chase. I was like, damn, the effects here are really good. So yeah, I'm going Patriot Games.
Okay. Well, I like it. So we have 2 for Clear and Present, 1 for Patriot Games. Ben Buster, where do you land on this?
Patriot Games.
Yeah.
Well, just like what Tim said, it's a very personal story, personal for Jack Ryan, and we see more of the character. And he is, like Tim said, an analyst. It's like you can't get any better than that in this movie, in my opinion.
All right,
So.
2 for 2. David, where are you going? You're going to tip the scale one way or another.
I am, and really, this is kind of 2 sides of the same coin for me. I could go either way, except
Yeah.
I recently bought the 4K 5-pack of all the Jack Ryan movies.
Nice.
And Patriot Games has the better transfer of the 2. I enjoyed that one a lot more.
Don't go on transfer. We're not just you don't go on transfer.
I don't care, Huck. I pick what I want. And so, but aside from that, I think Clear and Present Danger is the better movie, but I liked Harrison Ford's performance better in Patriot Games.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I am picking Patriot Games.
When he does that initial run after when they're shooting at the political person, and he decides, like, right in that moment, like, I'm taking these people out, like that. Yeah. He's so cool. I like that performance a lot.
Well, Dave, I'm glad you went that way, because had you gone Clear and Present, I was going Patriot Games, and we would have had a tie.
Oh, wow.
So we do not have a tie, but we're going with with Patriot Games for the win on that one. For Clear Patriot Games.
Or Clear and Patriot.
That's right. Let's see. I'm just going to browse it here, see if anything is burning up the chats. No, all right, we'll stick to it here. All right, so the next one, I love this next round. Here we go. Mosquito Coast versus Presumed Innocent. Both stellar dramatic performances by Harrison Ford. Mosquito Coast was the follow-up after Witness, and then Presumed Innocent came shortly after. 2 powerhouse performances. Where do you guys lean, Keith? First run.
Wow.
I know.
It's a tough choice because, number one, I haven't seen either of these movies in years.
Yep.
But I feel like for the type of movie it is, and for the legacy that it and inadvertently leaves with Indiana Jones, I'm going Mosquito Coast because I feel like it's an amazing performance. It's a great shot for the fences kind of thing, something very different from what he'd done before. And the fact that you had River Phoenix in here, and this leads to him getting the young Indy part in Last Crusade, I have to go with that.
Okay. Tim?
So I can't say for sure that I've seen Mosquito Coast. I think I rented it from the library when I was like 12 or 13. But I can't say for sure. But Presumed Innocent, I did see only a couple of years ago. Loved it. Amazing performance. So I'm going with Presumed Innocent.
And, you know, Mosquito Coast isn't the ultimate 12-year-old movie.
No.
Yeah.
Unless you're Tim.
Yeah. Yeah. He had to see it, though. Ben Buster. And I'm just going to say, if whoever, I think there's some women partying and somebody, if you could just mute when it's not your turn, just because there's a little feedback from that background. But Ben Buster, go ahead.
All right. I would have to go Presumed Innocent. Just because I'm like political thriller, I'm like one of those whodunit type of movies. I'm a fan of those, and that twist at the end of who actually killed her, well, like gets me every. It gets me every time. Like even though I've seen it so many times, I'm like, I know what's going to happen, and then it just shocks me again. So I'll have to go with Presumed Innocent.
Is that on Blu-ray? I feel like that's missing in my collection.
Which one? Presumed Innocent?
Yes, I know Mosquito Coast is not.
Yeah, only on a double pack with Presumed Innocent and Frantic are on a double pack.
Oh yeah, I have that double pack actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's out of print. It's out of print and hard to get.
Oh man, so much for adding the cart. Oh well, moving on. David.
All right, so yeah, Mosquito Coast is from '86, I think. I watched it a couple times, you know, in my late teens, early 20s, and I liked it. But Presumed Innocent, I've rewatched several times. I love the mystery aspect of it, the thriller, great twist at the end, like Ben was saying. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Presumed Innocent.
Okay, we currently have 3 for Presumed Innocent, only 1 for Mosquito Coast. Tony, where do you land?
100% Presumed Innocent. That's my favorite out of both of those. I've seen Presumed Innocent many times. I saw it when it was released in the theater. I don't believe I've seen Mosquito Coast except for the one time. And so Presumed Innocent would be my choice.
That's amazing, because I remember when Mosquito Coast came out, people were like, it wasn't Indiana Jones. It wasn't that. And people were like not flocking to that film. But I really loved his performance. And, while we didn't quite get there, Keith, I was with you. I would have leaned on Mosquito Coast based strictly on performance, but I do love that twist and the thriller aspect of Presumed Innocent. So good. That's why I thought this was a really good one-on-one. But we will give that round to Presumed Innocent. Fantastic. Whew, it's getting good, y'all. And this next one, to me, it's not even a debate. But let's see what you guys think. Tim, Witness versus Frantic. Are you going with your little 2-pack, or are you going with Witness?
So I do love Frantic. That's actually why I bought that double pack. But Witness is legitimately one of his best altogether. It is so freaking good. And I just did the rewatch of it what was it, last night? Jeez, everything blurs together. But yeah, it is such a phenomenal movie, and the performance is so good. And Kelly McGillis is great in it also. The boy that plays Samuel, I can't remember the actor. He's really good. I gotta go Witness.
Yeah, Lucas Haas, I believe, was the kid.
Yes, that's it. Lucas Haas, yes.
It's amazing. Oh, all right. Ben Buster. I think you already know where I'm going. Ben Buster.
Witness. I'm just a fan of that movie. I mean, him getting out of his element and going to live with the Amish just to investigate this crime that happened. Yeah. You could tell he's out of place, but yet he learns something overall from them. So I'll have to go with Witness.
All right. And of course, Witness is Harrison Ford's first Academy Award nomination. So
Well deserved.
does that help you, David?
It does, and that was one of the things I was looking at with these two movies. I do like Frantic. That's a good movie. But then I went, oh, but it's going up against Witness. It's not quite as bad as watching 2049 against Star Wars, but it's bad enough to where I'm like, yeah, I can't vote against Witness. He got his Oscar nomination for that. Great movie. So yeah, Witness is my pick for sure.
Tony.
Yes, same for me. Witness is a wonderful performance by Harrison Ford. Great movie. I enjoy every bit of it. Frantic is enjoyable, but if I had to revisit any, it would definitely be Witness, and that would be my choice.
Yep. Keith, are you on the same page as all of our friends here?
Pretty much on the same page. I've seen Frantic. I enjoyed it, but it's not Witness. Witness is a wonderful film, wonderful performance. And I feel like it's really in Harrison's field of work. It's way more memorable than Frantic ever will be.
Yeah.
So, something I love in Witness too is it's bookended by the crime that the whole movie's about, but you get this middle section of him just living the Amish life, essentially. And it is so good, like seeing him raise the barn and all that stuff that really has nothing to do with like the crime, but it's just this touching little story in the middle too. It's so good.
Yeah. I love Witness. It's one of my, if not, it just is. It is my favorite dramatic performance by Harrison. It's just, are we getting a scruffy nerve? Is there? Oh, Ben. I think we're losing Ben there.
Yeah, lost.
But yeah, I absolutely love Witness. I've revisited it many times. It's very rewatchable. It has, just epic rewatchability. Lucas Haas, when he sees Danny Glover's picture on the thing and he points,
yes,
and Ford just oh so gently pushes his hand down because that's when he snaps and goes, oh my God, like, because the kid, he doesn't know that guy's a cop. He's just pointing at the guy who's like, man, it's so good. And of course, like you guys, any Harrison Ford worth their weight in gold was just crossing their fingers. But William Hurt or Kiss of the Spider Woman beat him out that year. So dang. Yeah. All right, hang on. Let me just make sure he hasn't tried to come back in here. Where'd our buddy go? We lost him.
I don't hear that echo anymore either.
Yeah, right? I think see, that's where the party was. Maybe I had to go tell people to shut up. Well, here, let's just go to the chat. Yeah, we'll go to the chats while we wait.
Witness also does really good foreshadowing, by the way, too. When you see the corn silo like a little bit early and it foreshadows what happens later.
That grain silo scene. Oh, it was so good. Man, it's like tension. He's dig. Oh my God, so good. Fish says, I remember seeing him for the first time in the Inception. It was nuts. Yeah. Frantic, Presume Innocent. Caveman saw it on eBay for $20 to $22. That's not bad. Harrison has a subgenre of wife films. Fugitive, Frantic, Presume Innocent. I love that. Marriage is a thing.
What lies beneath is probably in there.
Yeah. Another thing about Witness, during that whole time frame, we got other movies like Places in the Heart with Sally Field. We got Country with Jessica Lange. We got The River. I mean, we had all those kind of great dramas back then. But to me, Witness is more revisitable.
Yes.
Yeah. It's funny because I noticed when doing these that Harrison has like sort of an epic stretch, and then there's kind of like that mid 2000s to teens where his films were like, is Harrison on the way out? Is he he's just a regular actor? He's not like slamming it. But we're going to come up to some of those as well. And they all make appearances, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. The next round should not be too challenging, but here we go. Yeah. I mean, do we even waste time? Since I had a reshuffle here, let's see. Go ahead, Tim.
I mean, how can you not go with Empire in that? I can't. I mean, Empire could be against all three of the new trilogy put together. Empire.
Yeah, he's so good in it too. He's so good in it.
Yeah.
Ben Buster.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear us? Are you on the
Empire.
same page?
Hands down. Empire. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I am.
All right. David, we're just going to make this one the quick round.
Yeah, quick round. Empire Strikes Back's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I think one of the greatest movies ever made. So that, yeah, it definitely.
Here, Tony. I just heard
Empire Strikes Back, of course. That's Harrison's movie, and just him and Han and Leia's story, every bit of it, 100% Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, to quote Harrison Ford, I know.
Yes.
Yes.
Keith?
I'm nice, man.
That's all you had to say. Nice. Well, then, I mean, why waste any time? We're just going to click us some Empire Strikes Back. And while we're doing that, ladies and gentlemen, let's all thank fans of something for tossing in a $5 super chat tonight. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, my friends. And look, fans of something. You know, if you're going to hit me up with some golden goodness like that, only one thing can happen, and it's this for you. There you go, my friend. Thank you. That's super nice, buddy. I appreciate that so much. And yes, that will go towards picking up that 2-pack. Ford only did episode 7. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, whatever brought him back. Caveman, Empire against Star Wars is the. I know. Who knows? Maybe that could be what ends up going against each other. Everybody's like, yeah, look at that, man. Something nice, y'all. All right, so all right, now this next one I love because it's comedy versus comedy. See, Ford could do it all. He did action, he did drama, and now. Here's your comedies. We got Sabrina versus Working Girl. Now, I haven't seen, it's so funny. I hadn't seen Working Girl in a while. And about a month ago, it was on streaming. I'm like, I need to watch that again. And man, can I tell you how good that movie still is? He is so charming and so good. And Sigourney's a great ball buster. And I mean, the whole cast is so good. So Ben Buster, where are you going to lean on this? Going to go with the Melanie Griffith, charming little working girl. You're going to go with, what was it, Julia Ormond? Who was the one in Sabrina? Yeah. Where are we going, Ben? Which one you like?
Ooh.
This is wiping him out.
I'm as much of a fan of the original as I am. I think Sabrina's a good remake.
Nice.
I mean, I like Working Girl too, but I mean, for me, this is literally a toss-up. This is a tough one for me. I will have to go Sabrina.
Nice relationship with Greg Kinnear in that movie as well. That was pretty funny. Yeah. David, what do you think?
Yeah, this is 6 and 1/2 dozen in the other for me. I like both movies. I'm actually I lean toward Working Girl, so I'm going to go Working Girl.
Okay, we have a little 50-50 going on. I would love if this becomes our first split. This will be hilarious. Tony.
Yeah, so I do love Sabrina, but Working Girl 100%. I've got more fond memories of that. I thought Melanie Griffith did a great comedic. I mean, I just loved it. So Working Girl would be my choice.
All right, Keith. Let's see what does this look like?
Well,
that's pretty good.
Sabrina is one of the ones that I haven't seen. Of his films, I have not seen it, so I'm gonna have to go with Working Girl on this one, just because it is one of the ones that I have seen and I do like it.
Okay, so let me get this right. So Ben and David, we have Sabrina, correct?
No, I got Working Girl.
Oh, you got Working. Okay, so we have 3 Working Girls. All right, Tim.
I'm going with Ben here. The first Sabrina, the original, it's Audrey. It's awesome. And the remake is actually damn good. I have more memory of Sabrina.
Mhm.
I'm going with Sabrina.
All right. So we get down to, will the huckster tie it up or does Working Girl walk away? The Working Girl's going to walk away. Sorry. It's Working Girl.
Speaking about Working Girl, did you ever watch the TV show?
No.
No.
It was good.
Mhm. Yes, I did, Tony.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Mhm.
Look at Side Hustle's here. What's going on, Side Hustle? Welcome, buddy.
Hey there.
Working Girl, let that river run. Yeah, I just love Melanie Griffith deciding to like vacuum in the nude.
Right, exactly.
Classic scene. Thank you, Mike Nichols. All right, this next one should be intriguing. Actually, kind of like this. I'm going to go this route again here. Morning Glory versus Random Hearts.
Mm.
Let's start with David. He's looking at like, wait, are these Harrison Ford movies?
I've seen both of them. I didn't care for Morning Glory. It's not that was not in my wheelhouse. I didn't really care for it very much. So I'm going to go with Random Hearts.
Okay, Tony.
Yeah, I have. Surprisingly, I've never seen or heard of either one of these movies.
All right, so are you going on a poster pick?
Yes, exactly. 100% Random Hearts. That poster's cool looking.
Oh my God. Keith?
Well, Random Hearts is one of the ones that I almost picked up to watch this week, but I have not. So it's one that I've never seen. I've seen Morning Glory a couple of times, and I really enjoy it. I like the banter between Harrison and Keaton. I think it's really good, and I just really enjoy the film. So I'm going Morning Glory.
Nice, Tim.
Yes. I am right there with Keith. Morning Glory. I very much so enjoy this movie. This is, I think, one of his better later movies. Yeah, it's very enjoyable. Rachel McAdams is adorable in it. Harrison's good in it. It's a fun movie. Yeah, Morning Glory all the way.
Ben Buster.
I'm there with Tony. I haven't seen either, so I'm going by a poster. And I mean, if I were going to the movie theaters now, it would be with my wife. It would probably be Morning Glory over Random Hearts. But if it was just me, it would be Random Hearts over Morning Glory. So I have to go with how I'm. I would go Morning Glory. Yeah,
Morning Glory. So okay. So you're not going with Random Hearts because it's the cooler poster.
Right. I want to know, where have I been? What rock have I been under that I've never heard of either one of those films?
All right. So here's it's like, I thought, Ben, I swear I thought you were going to go with Random Hearts because of the poster, and we would have had our first tie because I told Tim this morning I watched Morning Glory. My Blu-ray froze in the bedroom like a couple of weeks ago. So this morning I started it all over again in here on the 4K player. It played perfectly, and yes, 100%. I loved this film. I was laughing out loud. The little guy who was like the guy with the weather vanes is like, can I do the weather vanes? Like, that guy was hilarious. He was just like he was the Bob, to use a Top Gun Maverick word. He was the Bob of the movie. And yeah, I just thought he was a real cantankerous SOB in this film. But that scene when he came around, he was cooking the eggs on set. I was just like, and the guy says he's not going to say it again. And he's not saying it either. He's showing it. You guys got to see it. You'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So yeah, for me, it's also Morning Glory. If you guys haven't seen it, Tony, sorry, it didn't click with you, but
yeah.
Yeah, it was Keaton, of course, rocking those power suits again. Does she have it in her contract? She will only wear power suits. Probably. Mm-hmm. All right. So here is now this one's interesting. So he's sort of a side character more in one than the other, but we got 42 with Chadwick Boseman and Age of Adaline. Keith, we talked about this earlier, where it's like this little movie where she's become sort of immortal, and Harrison dated her when he was younger and then comes across her and thinks she's a spitting image of this woman, not knowing it's still the same woman. This is all in the trailer, so I'm not giving anything away. So yeah, if anyone has seen either one of these, Tony, What do you think on these?
Definitely 42. I have better memories of 42. Age of Adaline, I think I've only seen that once, and it was very enjoyable. But I do like 42 better, so that's my choice.
Okay. Yep. Keith?
It's tough for me because 42, I've only seen bits and pieces. I haven't actually watched the whole film. And Age of Adaline is one that my wife and I watched for the first time last week. It's enjoyable. It's cute. I could kind of see where it was going. And after about an hour in, I'm like, okay, I know how this is going to wrap up. And it wrapped up exactly that way. It's not a bad performance, but my wife thought, okay, is he drunk?
Yeah.
She thought he's playing if he's drunk, he's not drunk, he's playing a really good drunk. She thought in every scene he's in, like he was tipsy.
That's the only way you would do it. Well,
so I'm going to have to go with 42 just because it's probably a better Harrison performance than Age of Adaline.
Okay. Tim?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Age of Adaline. I did see 42 and liked it very much. I'm going to go with it, but as much as he is in it and he's fine in it, when I think 42, I think of Chadwick. It's his movie. So it's just Harrison doesn't even pop into my mind, even though he is in the movie. But I didn't see Age of Adaline, so I'm going with 42.
Yeah, I think both of these films fell into that category where Harrison's in them but takes a back seat. So one of these will take a victor on this round, and then I think quickly duck out on the next round. Ben Buster, are we just gonna sweep it with 42?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds like a plan. Yep. All right. So 42, and we are now. Oh, shit. I would apologize ahead of time. Oh my God. See, and this is, I never know where you guys are going to lean, and this is all your fault. So here we go.
Oh.
I mean, this is a great look. We as much as we love and we talk about Star Wars, he's one of the main three. Air Force, he is the lead of that film. As a Harrison Ford film, will you guys still say, well, he's still a third of that Star Wars, so yes, that's the best one? Or you know what? Get off my plane, Star Wars. What's it going to be? Who are we starting with? Who are we on? Are we on Tony or Keith?
Keith.
All right, Keith. Get off my plane, or may the force be with you.
I'm going to take the risk, and I'm going to go Air Force One.
Oh, all right. All right. Tim, are you going to do this?
I'm actually also going to go Air Force One. It's Harrison's movie. Plus, if Harrison could vote in this, he would be choosing Air Force One over Star Wars. So, yeah, I'm going with that.
All right. Ben, I know you're getting your ears ready. Are you better, buddy?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah,
I'm
we're
better
good.
now.
Yeah, you can just let it dangle. You don't have to talk into it. You're loud and clear. All right. Do you need a second?
It's a tough one.
Should I come back to you, Ben? Do you need a second?
No.
Okay.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I would have to go Air Force One.
Oh, man.
Over Star Wars.
I did not see this coming. David.
Well, he could have told that little space boy to get off his spaceship too. So
that's right. Get off my Falcon.
Yeah.
Just kicks Boba Fett out. That's how he should have toasted Boba Fett. That'd have been great. David, are you going to flip the script here now?
You know, how do you vote against one of the greatest movies of all time in Star Wars? And you do that because Harrison Ford is the main focus of Air Force One. So, I got to go Air Force One also.
Wow. Oh, look at this. Tony. Oh my God.
I hate myself, but
I hate myself also. You know, Star Wars, of course, is my childhood. It is an ensemble cast, and like everybody else is reiterating, Air Force One is Harrison Ford's movie, so definitely Air Force One.
Oh, guys, that I cannot believe that went to Air Force One. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Now you're gonna have to keep that in mind if it goes up against, I don't know, what if it goes up against Empire? All right. Okay, this ought to be. Oh, I don't know. Maybe this won't be as easy as it looks. Here's the next one. We're still in bracket A. Now, if anybody wants to chime. Oh, hang on, we got Pops here. I want to say hey to Pops. Hey,
Pop.
Huck and panel, just getting home. We'll have to watch this so far. Hey, buddy, missed you, man. We're hoping to have Pops on, but thanks for joining in, buddy. Harrison AF. Air Force One sweep, Darvin says. That's right. So okay. Now we can sort of like take a breather on this one. It's not quite as traumatic, but we got Force 10 from Navarone against Patriot Games. So
I think it's me, right?
Where do we go? Yes, Tim, take it away.
Okay. Well, like I said before, I didn't see Force 10, but at least it's not I got pick the other one. I actually legitimately really love Patriot Games, so that's what I'd probably be going with anyways. So yeah, Patriot Games.
Okay. Ben?
Oh, Patriot Games. Out of both of them, I've seen Patriot Games. I haven't seen Force 10.
Okay, fair enough. David?
Wow, this is a tough one for me. But I'm gonna go Force 10.
Okay.
I think classic movie. Like I said, when I see that, I go, oh man, I remember that movie, and I remember watching it for the first time. So yeah, I got to go Force 10 on this one.
Okay, 3-1. Tony?
Yep, I'm with David. Force 10 all the way. Even though Patriot Games is great, Force 10 would be my selection.
Okay, 2-2. Keith?
I'm going Force 10.
Oh. Okay, we have done it for the first time. I am picking Patriot Games. So we have our first tie. That means everybody in the chats, you are now here to break this tie. Let's see. Let me put this up here. Let's see. Start a poll. All right. Which one? We're going to go Patriot Games. Force 10. All right. So we now have a poll in the chats that popped up right now. You guys are welcome to jump on top of that, and you are going to decide the winner of that round, because we cannot continue until we have crowned a victor. Already people are punching in. Let's see. Let's just go with Chats. Chats is just saying Patriot Games. So we have 2 Patriot Games right here. I will say if we get how are we looking on this? Patriot Games right now sitting at 79%.
Wow.
So out of all, we've had 5 different Jack Ryans by now, right? Like actors.
Correct.
5. Is Harrison your favorite? He's my favorite of them.
Yes, he's
yeah.
Alec Baldwin is great too, but Harrison is like the go-to in my mind when it comes to Jack Ryan.
Same.
Yeah, I do like John Krasinski though in the series.
Krasinski's great.
He's doing a really good job.
Krasinski's fantastic.
I don't think enough people in the chat have seen Force 10.
Right, I don't either.
Right.
I think it's the age group.
I think Force 10 is going to lose by omission because nobody's seen it.
So I just ended the poll because it was a quick one. So yes, Force 10. I mean, loses, and Patriot Games wins. I was like, sorry, I was staring at the poster, and it's such a beautiful poster. Oh,
Great
here
poster.
we go. The dramatic powerhouse. Here we go. Presumed innocent versus witness. We're getting close to side A's victor. What are you people thinking in the chats? Ben Buster, take us away on this one first while I take a peek over here. What you thinking?
I would have to say Witness.
We're sticking with
I
Witness?
would still have to go with. I'm sticking with Witness. Yes.
Yeah, David, you feel the same?
Yeah, Witness by a hair. It's really close, but yeah, I got to go Witness.
Super close. Tony?
Yes, Witness. Both are great, but Witness would be the one.
Witness is the better one. Keith, you agree?
Witness.
Yep. Tim?
Yeah, and I'm going Witness, but I don't even think it's by a hair for me. Like, Presumed Innocent is good. Witness is like top tier.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, same here. It's like it's not a guess for me. It's just instantly Witness. I know this one. I mean, it's almost as easy as that one. Here we go. Empire Strikes Back versus Working Girl, and they're both sort of an ensemble of three, right? Mm-hmm. Working Girl's got the three. Empire Strikes Back is kind of those lead three. Let's go, David.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
It's Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, it's Empire Strikes Back.
Will Empire pull off what Star Wars could not? Tony.
Yes, Empire Strikes Back 100%.
Keith.
Empire.
Tim.
Empire.
And Ben.
You're out of there, Working Girl. Empire.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be here. All right. Yes, of course. I'm in agreement there. Okay. Well, this one's interesting. These are sort of the lower ones on this side. We got now Morning Glory versus 42. You know what? I'll start this one just because I like it, and I'm going to say Morning Glory for me. Tony?
42. Never seen Morning Glory, apparently.
Okay. Yeah. You saw a different Morning Glory. Keith?
Yeah, it's the other Morning Glory with Morgan Freeman. That's really good.
Yeah, right. That's very different.
No, I'm going Morning Glory.
Okay.
For me, yeah, I think Harrison Ford when I think Morning Glory, because I don't think him when I think 42.
Him is 42.
Yeah,
yep, I
Morning
understand
Glory.
that. I get that completely. Ben?
I gotta go 42. I've not seen Morning Glory, so I have to go 42. By
David,
default, yes.
Do we have ourselves a tie? Are we going 42 or Morning Glory?
I didn't like Morning Glory the first time. I still don't like it.
I'm going to check see if we swayed you somehow.
So
all right, we have our
rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
He was great, but I feel like he is the movie.
He
is the movie.
All right, everybody in the chat, we have ourselves another tie. So we have Morning Glory versus 42. So 42 versus Glory. Ask. So let me know what you guys think. Jump on that poll. Start typing. Let us know, or you can type it in the chats. See which way you guys are leaning. We have 32 watching and 30 likes. Appreciate that. That's almost a win-win right there. Who wants to even that score? Go 32-32. You guys be rock stars. Love you for it. It is like split right now. Oh, hang on. The split is fading fast. Glory's up just slightly. Anybody else want to chime in? Oh, Darwin says Morning Glory by a mile. Look at that.
Such a fun movie.
It really was. Yeah. I was charmed by it today.
But you don't have any other Harrison Ford sports movies.
I still don't. Like I said, Harrison doesn't stick in my mind in 42 at all. Like that's the problem. It just I forgot he was in it. To be honest, he just doesn't stick out.
It's 53%. So we'll give our audience. Come on, if you want your Morning Glory, you got to go click it. If you don't, in 30 seconds, the poll ends. And all right, we're gonna end this poll in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, look at that. Morning Glory by 53%. 53 to 46. Just inches out 42, my friends. So, come on, cursor. Good Lord, get up there. Where's my cursor? It won't go to my second screen. Hold on. There it is. All right, so Morning Glory. Look at that. I think that's a bit of an upset, wouldn't you think?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Close.
Yeah,
I like that. I like it's the first real upset there. Here we go. The next round: Air Force One versus Patriot Games. Keith, you go first. I don't even know where we're at.
Air
feeling?
Force One. No.
Air
question.
Force One. We'll go backwards. Tony.
100% Air Force One.
Yep. David.
Air Force One.
Nice. Ben Buster.
AF1, yeah.
AF1. Wait, kid, got the kid lingo and Tim. Same?
This kind of hurts, but nothing. Air Force One gets my adrenaline going way more than Patriot games.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
It really does. It really does. All right. My goodness. Yeah, Air Force One. Oh, man. I can't wait to see what you guys do on this one. I'm so really excited, aren't I? Look at this.
Oh,
His dramatic opus witness against his best Star Wars film, Empire Strikes Back. I am so glad to not go first. Tim, you get to do it.
I'm all good going first. Witness is a better Harrison movie. Witness.
Woo! Oh my God. This is not starting as I thought, Ben Buster.
As much as I like Star Wars and everything, the fact that Witness is his only Oscar nomination, I would have to go with Witness.
Wow. You guys are freaking me out. You're blowing my mind. David.
Yeah. It's not about the movie, it's about the person. So this is a Harrison Ford tournament. It's not a movie tournament. Otherwise,
Well, no,
Empire-
it is. No, it is. It's picking the best Harrison Ford movie. So
Exactly.
it is both.
and the
So it
better
is
Harrison
both.
Ford movie here is Witness.
Right. Let's let you know it is about movies.
I know
All
it's
right,
about
good.
movies, about Harrison
Good,
Ford.
good. Yes.
So yeah,
Tony.
Witness is my pick.
Yeah, so as good as Witness is, Empire Strikes Back is Harrison Ford's movie. Empire Strikes Back is what I'm choosing.
Oh, Keith, where are you going?
look, I'd have to turn in my lightsaber if I didn't pick Empire.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
I do not like that you put me in this position. Oh, wow. I was hoping you guys would have slam dunked it so I didn't have to come to me. I'm not feeling. Let's see. Damn. I did not expect this, but I'm going to pick Witness.
Mm.
I think I'm going to pick Witness. Yeah. Yeah, we picked it. Okay, there we go. So next up, because of that, it would have been Empire versus Air Force One, but we got ourselves Witness versus Air Force One, which are two definite Harrison Ford juggernauts.
Yes, they
Ben
are.
Buster. Ben Buster. What do you want?
Jeez.
I know, buddy. I know. Sorry to do this to you. I felt the heat on the last one.
Oh, action, drama. Action, drama.
That's correct.
They're both great performances.
Yeah.
Which one's calling you, bud? What's calling your name? I can come back to you.
Witness.
Witness. Oh my God. All right. I'm gonna bounce around. Tony.
Witness.
David.
I'm going Air Force One.
Okay. Keith.
Air Force One.
Oh, you guys are gonna do it to me again. Tim.
I think Witness. I love Air Force One, but I Witness.
It's time.
Oh my God, y'all. This is crazy. Air Force
3-2
One versus Witness. Look, I can't go against this.
You can tie it up and go to the chat.
I could, but I love both of these films, and Air Force One is an action epic. Witness is his just tour de force acting, and I've always been so happy that he got the Oscar nom for that. And I'm gonna give it to Witness. We're gonna go Witness on this one.
Cool.
I think that takes it.
I'm not disappointed either way. I really
Yeah.
like it.
I love both, but I will be honest with you guys. The fact that his dramatic presence is winning this round is phenomenal. phenomenal. And so that brings us to the most fascinating conclusion to round one. Witness versus Morning Glory. I never would have guessed Morning Glory would have been in the final round, but here it is. Should we just witness and move on?
Just click
Yeah.
witness.
Yes,
It's a
witness.
matter of pride now. So yeah,
I mean, let's not even like take
Morning Glory at all.
Oh, well, guys, round of applause. Round one is over. My gosh, well done. Let's see, everyone. Was everybody else calling for that? Yeah, we got Witness from Caveman. Witness. Look at those people just jumping on that Witness. Has got to get it. Convicted said, you can't pick Witness over Empire and not pick it over. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Exactly. Same thing with Morning Glory. Witness. I love it. Everyone's laughing. With the devil face. All right. Well, that was fascinating. So we're going to get into a very interesting round two. Two interesting movies, I think, are of equal caliber. You'll see what I mean right here, right now. We have The Devil's Own with Brad Pitt and K-19, where he attempts to hold on to a Russian accent. Wow, the crickets that just got released as I click this one. Keith, we'll go backwards.
Well, he may have tried to hold on to a Russian accent as a sub-commander, but could he do a Scottish one as a sub-commander? Well, you never know.
That's right.
Both of these are not really memorable to me, but
Right.
the more that sticks in my head is K-19, so I'm going to pick that one.
Yeah. Don't worry. Whichever one wins, they will be gone in the next round. Okay.
I'm sure.
Let's go. Tony.
Yeah. Take my movie card away from me. I've never seen either one of these films.
Oh, but which poster? Which poster's calling your name?
The Devil's Own.
Oh, okay. Look at that. So literally we're voting like that. David?
Yeah, it's really got to boil down in these, like Keith said, these two aren't very memorable movies. I've seen both. I think if it ultimately comes to which one I would put in my player and watch, and it would be K-19.
Yeah. Okay. Ben Buster?
K-19. I have to agree with David. It's
Okay.
For me, it's more rewatchable.
Okay. 3-1. Tim?
I saw K-19 in theaters and never saw Devil's Own, so K-19.
Yeah, K-19. Yeah, so I think that was I did see Devil's Own, and I was pretty bored by it. Like, it just didn't leave any. I felt like both of them were both hired because of their star power, and they had no chemistry in the film. Like, I was like, oh, look at these two guys. Oh, it's so good. Like, usually when great two actors like that get on screen, you're just like eating up every moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was not doing that film.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, K-19 at least had some entertainment value for me. Okay, jeez. All right, this next one. I mean, I don't even know why I'm showing it to you, but here you go. We have Blade Runner versus Ender's Game. I know, Ender's Game. I should just click it right now. All right, Ender's Game it is. Tim, what do you think? Let's talk about it.
First, I want to say I legitimately thought Ender's Game was a terrible, terrible movie. I really didn't like that one. But anyway, Blade Runner is a masterpiece. So Blade Runner.
Ben Buster?
Blade Runner.
Yeah. David?
Yeah.
Yeah. Blade Runner.
Tony? Was even like, yeah, and Keith. Yeah.
Look, we can debate Blade Runner against some other film that it's more worthy to face, but right now there's no choice.
So like, let's not waste our breath against Ender's Game. I love it. Yeah. That was so well put. Let's not waste the argument at this moment. Yeah, what was everyone's take since we sort of loved Blade Runner? When you first saw it, I remember seeing it, and this came right after Raiders. And I was of the audience, no lie. And I think like many were, I didn't like it at first.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I thought. It was super slow. And it just it didn't grab me at all. And I was just like, I think I was probably nodding off. I'm like, oh my God, what was that movie? And just, of course, through time and your taste change, maturity changes. And now I watch it, and it's just like, especially Rutger Hauer. I mean, Rutger steals that movie from Harrison in such a delicious way. What about you guys?
There's just layers upon layers to that movie.
Mhm.
Like it's like I said, I like a movie that will really make you think, and especially about like morality and life. Like what is life? If these replicants can feel and love, why are they less than us? You know what I mean? They're still living beings. So I Blade Runner just says more. So I love that movie.
Yeah, I agree with Huck. You know, as younger Tony, it was boring to me, but as I got older and rewatched it, it was more entertaining. And even my oldest son was the same way. When he watched it for the first time, when he was younger, he didn't enjoy it, but as he got older, he appreciated it more.
Whoop. Ben, you all right? Hang on. I muted you just for a second, Ben, because you were super scratchy and loud.
Okay.
So,
I for Ender's Game, I can say it's the only Harrison Ford movie I fell asleep in.
yeah, nice. Well, I love this too. Gus is saying Daryl Hannah in that movie. Like, look, and not even LOL. She is amazing in Blade Runner. She is absolutely captivating. Like, there is something when she comes on, like you can't take your eyes. Just the construction of Pris visually is undeniably amazing. Like, she just looks incredible. Her quirky persona, it's just, I don't know, Daryl's performance in that is, in my opinion, one of her best performances.
It is.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what we got on deck next. Okay, so we got an old classic and a new a new movie. Frisco Kid versus Hollywood Homicide. Now, I will just simply start by saying, who here, raise your hand, have you seen Hollywood Homicide?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Okay, I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Ben, take it away.
I love the chemistry between Ford and Hartnett. I love. I mean, as great as the Frisco Kid is, it's not my go-to Western. So I mean, I'm gonna go with Hollywood Homicide.
All right, David.
I think I'm going to go with Frisco Kid here, and I like the chemistry between Gene Wilder and Harrison Ford in that.
Yeah,
and I like Hollywood Homicide. It was pretty good. But yeah, if I would go back to something, and again, it's basically, this is another one where it's like, okay, which one would I put in my player and watch right now if I had him in front of me? And it'd be Frisco Kid, I think.
Okay, so we have a split. Tony?
Yeah, I would go with Hollywood Homicide. To me, it was more enjoyable. So I thought Harrison Ford was very comedic in the film, so that would be my choice.
Okay, Keith.
Well, I've seen Hollywood Homicide. I haven't seen Frisco Kid, but I'm picking Frisco Kid purely for Gene Wilder.
Wow, I love that. Picked it. They hadn't seen it. They have great chemistry in that. Yeah. Tim, have you seen either?
Well, I saw Hollywood Homicide. I didn't see Frisco Kid because I've said it many times. Western's just not my jam. I'm not a Western guy. Hollywood Homicide it's a movie. It's fine. It exists. But I'm going with that just because it's not a Western.
All right. So we have 3 for Hollywood Homicide, 2 for Frisco Kid. All right. Well, we're going to tie it up because I'm going Frisco Kid because I did not like Hollywood Homicide. I thought Ford was he felt so uncomfortable. Like watching him, I felt like he was just off. Like when he was writhing in front of the window, shaking around. It just seemed like not in his wheelhouse to be in that film. So we're going to have to turn to the audience for this one. We'll go for the first 5 to respond. And we will take the winner from that. So going in right now, Gus said Frisco Kid. So I'll take that as 1 for Frisco Kid. We're going to do it this way. Wilder's a good reason. So we'll take that as 2. Anybody else want to vote? in the comments right now. All we need is one more vote for Frisco Kid or 3 for Hollywood Homicide to move on.
I don't have much commitment to either one of these, so
Yeah, me either.
All right, there it is. So Darvin just kicked it in and said Frisco Kid. So there we go. All right, Frisco Kid. That's all right. It'll probably be out in the next round. All right, here we go. This should be interesting and easy. Here we go. We have sorry, let me take that down.
Oh,
Here we go. So we have The Fugitive versus The Call of the Wild, which I finally saw today. The Call of the Wild. I had not seen it, so I crammed for the exam and saw it just before this. Who are we on now? David, is it you, my friend?
I think it's me. Yeah.
I think it is too. Take it away, sir.
Alrighty. So yeah, I'm gonna go Fugitive. I don't think there's really any question here. I am a huge fan of the Call of the Wild book, but that has nothing to do with the movie. The movie was all right, I think, for what it was. And dog movies always get to me. But I'm gonna go The Fugitive. I don't think there's any competing with that right there in this round.
Yeah. Tony.
yeah, I'm going with The Fugitive, 100%.
Keith.
Oh, Dr. Richard Kimball all the way.
Yeah, right. Tim. There it is. He's got the movie. And Ben Buster, are we going for the CGI dog or the man with the arm?
Fugitive.
Yeah. I mean, look, like for me, when it gets to The Fugitive, y'all, it is outside of his franchises. For me, The Fugitive is like my favorite action performance of his. Like I love Air Force One, but I think Fugitive even knocks it up a little bit more. It's just such a well-crafted film. Andrew Davis did a great job directing that. And he also gave us the classic Under Siege.
Just want to throw this out there for anyone that watches that new Double Jeopardy 4K. That made a great double feature with Fugitive. I watched both of them in the same night. They are so good paired together.
I agree.
Okay.
You know what is not good paired together? These two movies, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Firewall.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just got to load the bracket so you can move on to round 2. So let's just, look, should we waste time? Like he said earlier, let's save the breath for the round where it matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Firewall's moving on?
Firewall's moving on.
Moving to the round.
Don't do that. I almost clicked Firewall.
I thought this bracket was his worst movies. Oh, my bad.
Yes. Oh, right. Gotcha. No.
Yeah.
All right. So here is. Oh, okay. I'd be curious to see where we roll on this one. So here we have Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade, another outstanding indie film, and regarding Henry, a very intimate, like tender performance from Harrison Ford. Tony.
Yeah, I love Regarding Henry, but 100% Indiana Jones would have to beat that out.
Keith, I think I know where you're going, pal. Come on.
Well, you remember when we saw this together in the theater?
Yeah.
At sneak preview that we got to see. Last Crusade is one of my favorite films, one of my favorite movie-going experiences. And even though it's probably going to get trounced by other stuff, there's no way I'm not picking James Bond as Indiana Jones's dad.
That is hard to go against. Tim, do you agree?
Oh, I love Last Crusade. That by far.
I know. It is brilliant. Ben, you feel the same?
You named yourself after the dog? Yeah. Yeah.
I like that dog. All right. Yeah, that was a nice one. I figured that was pretty good. Okay, now this one is a nice battle here. We have 6 Days, 7 Nights against What Lies Beneath. Tony.
What Lies Beneath. I love that film. That's what I'm going with.
All right, Keith.
It's not really that tough, but I will say 6 Days, 7 Nights, I didn't see until last night. This was the second in our 3-movie festival we had last night. The other one was Firewall, which we've already dismissed with. But 6 Days, 7 Nights, I enjoyed it. But what I remember from What Lies Beneath, I really thought it was a great movie. It took a lot of risks, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm going with that.
Yes, in case we all don't know him, that is a Bob Zemeckis film. It's a nice Robert Zemeckis film. Tim, are we going 6 Days, 7 Nights, or What Lies Beneath?
I'm going 6 Days, 7 Nights. Rest in peace, Anne Heche.
Yeah,
It's a good movie. I'm going with that.
it's a great movie. Ben?
What Lies Beneath?
All right, we have 3 for What Lies Beneath. David, where are you going on this one?
I'm going What Lies Beneath.
Oh, all right. So What Lies Beneath is going to take this. I was also in Tim's camp. There is something about 6 Days, 7 Nights that charms me every time I see it. It is a crime. This isn't on Blu-ray right now.
It is a crime.
I mean, like, it's Harrison Ford. Like, and just the fact that we lost Anne Heche, maybe honor her for crying out loud and put it out for us fans. Okay, but What Lies Beneath moves on to the next round. This is fun. 2 little sci-fi movies here. We got a little Cowboys versus Aliens versus Return of the Jedi. Keith, what do you think on this one? Look, you literally do have James Bond and Han Solo in one of these movies.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's not.
Look,
Therefore,
actually, Cowboys and Aliens, I've had sitting on my shelf for years, and I've never watched it.
like at all one time? Never?
I've never seen the movie at all.
Oh.
I have to go Return of the Jedi.
Okay. Tim.
I mean, I can't not go Return of the Jedi, but I will say Cowboys and Aliens was just dumb fun. It's an enjoyable enough hour and a half. It's fun. But yeah, Return of the Jedi by far.
All right. Ben Buster.
As Tim said, Cowboys and Aliens is pretty much fun, and it's pretty much his only comic book movie in this tournament right now. But I have to go with Return of the Jedi.
But I like how all these things are but.
But
David, where are we going? We're going to throw another button here, buddy?
We're going to throw it. It'll be, that being said, Cowboys and Aliens is a guilty pleasure of mine. I've watched it a bunch of times. I have a lot of fun with it. That being said, I can't go up against Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Tony, you just
Return of the Jedi. There's no way I'll go up against that.
Yeah. I mean, it is tough that we somehow shot down Star Wars, but when it comes in this bracket, yeah, Return of the Jedi can't lose. That's definitely a slam dunk. Oh, all right. And again, just some challenges are here just to keep the brackets rolling, like this one. Crossing Over versus Extraordinary Measures, about the story with it's got Brendan Fraser in it. That's the guy who's, his children are dying and Harrison's the doctor and he needs to help try to save them because he's the only one that can. And Crossing Over is a border patrol movie. So, has anyone seen these movies?
I really enjoyed Extraordinary Measures.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it looked like a Tinder movie.
Yeah.
So, do you pick that one?
Oh yeah, I mean I didn't see Crossing Over, but it looked generic as all hell. Extraordinary Measures was it's a shame it bombed. It bombed horribly at the theaters, but
yeah, and that's what I was saying. In this time frame, he was putting out a lot of these kind of things, like Firewall and these 2 movies, and it just like you kind of forget Harrison Ford's around in these films until he starts to make his comeback. Ben Buster, what do you think?
Extraordinary Measures.
Same. Okay.
Yeah.
David.
Extraordinary Measures.
Oh, look at that. Got a copy on hand. Nice. Did you even get up and move to get that? Was that just right there? No, look at you, man. Locked and loaded. Love it. Tony?
Extraordinary Measures. I haven't seen either film, but Brendan Fraser, you gotta pick that one.
Yeah. Keith?
Of these 2, the only one I've seen is Extraordinary Measures. I enjoyed the film. I didn't think it was really outstanding, but it got lost in the shelf because it was a CBS Films and like no advertising, no distribution really, to speak of to push it. But I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it did it really well.
Okay. All right. Okay, and this last bracket is I literally had to scrape the barrel finding these two. And one of them looks actually fairly good. Who knows? Maybe they're both good. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Paranoia and Secret Life of Pets 2. So you get Harrison's only voiceover, and you get one with like Gary Oldman. And who is that? Hemsworth, Liam Hemsworth, and Amber Heard. Whoo, controversial Amber Heard. So yeah, where are we leaning on this one, Keith?
Paranoia, I've seen. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film. It wasn't earth-shattering, but it did what it intended to do. It entertained me for an hour and a half or however long it is. So I'll say that one.
All right. Is it one of those like it's good enough, probably not a revisit kind of movie?
Probably not.
Yeah. Tim?
I've seen neither. Don't really have too much opinion, but I like pets. I like animals. So.
I like pets. I like pets. Let's go for pets. Sure, why not? I love that beacon. Ben, where are you leaning?
When I mean, on the other side of the bracket, we have Gary Oldman and Harrison Ford in Air Force One, but I'm leaning Secret Life of Pets 2.
All right. Okay. 2-1. David?
Yeah. I own both of these, and I've seen both. Secret Life of Pets is something that I keep revisiting, especially with my grandkids. And Harrison Ford's character of Rooster the dog in Secret Life of Pets, he actually plays. It's a really good character. It's Harrison Ford as a dog, and you can
as a dog
off the bat.
So it's super cranky dog.
Hunt and howl at the moon and shit like that. So yeah, I've got to go Secret Life of Pets.
That's hilarious. Tony?
I'd go with Paranoia. I haven't seen either, but Paranoia sounds interesting.
I love it. I love that we're kind of all going with mostly we haven't seen these. I also have seen neither, but by God, I love Pets too. So Pets is going to take this round. And I also love that Harrison was cool doing a voiceover. I love that about him. It's all right. It'll be kicked out soon. All right. All right, y'all. Let's see. Next round, Blade Runner versus K-19. Who's going for the K-19? K-19?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Okay.
Going once, going twice. Sold.
Okay. All right. I love it. All these other ones, like, should I even just go back to you guys on these? All right, so now we got the Fugitive versus Frisco Kid. Anybody? Frisco Kid? Frisco? Yeah.
Fugitive.
All right. I'm waiting for there to be a real. I'm not happy about this one. Raiders versus The Last Crusade. This is all how it fell because of the way we voted. Oh my gosh. Everybody in the comments right now, start picking your favorite out of these two. This is hard. You've got the OG Raiders, the original that brought us the great character of Indiana Jones. And then the third one, which is really a stupendous, like in the pantheon of sequels, it is one of the greatest sequels of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tim, what's your feeling?
The first three movies are so damn good. It's hard with all of them, but I gotta go Raiders.
Raiders. All right. Ben?
Crusade.
David?
Crusade.
Oh, man. Tony?
Raiders.
2-2. Keith?
This is tough.
Oh boy, where are you going?
It's hard to pick because one of them is my personal favorite of all of the films, and the other one is the best out of all the films. I'm going Raiders because without Raiders, Crusade wouldn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I really thought you were going to go Crusade and make my life a living hell, but you chose Raiders, and I too will be choosing Raiders. So that is going to take that round. All right. Oh man, I know what's coming ahead. Just thinking what's winning. Here we go. The next round is What Lies Beneath versus Return of the Jedi. So, Ben Buster, what you think? A thriller with a twist, or the final trilogy, final movie in the series for our main three cast members? Return of the Jedi.
What Lies Beneath?
What Lies Beneath? Okay, we got Caveman in the comments going for Jedi. David, what you going for?
I'm going Jedi on this one.
Yep, Return of the Jedi. Tony?
Return of the Jedi.
There we go. You stuck to it last time. You're sticking to it this time.
100%.
I like that.
Jedi.
Jedi, 3-1. Tim?
Jedi.
Jedi. Okay. I was wondering if you picked What Lies Beneath, and which would matter because I was going to go Jedi as well. Okay. All right. Look at God. Okay. I mean, this is just, I don't even know what to say about this one. So it's Extraordinary Measures versus Pets 2. I actually don't know. What do you guys want? What do you want on this one? David, what are you thinking? Extraordinary Measures? Because I think you picked that before.
I picked both of these. So
That's true.
and that's interesting. You know what? I'm gonna go Pets. I'm gonna go Pets.
You're going Pets. All right. He's going Pets. Tony.
Extraordinary Measures.
Oh, 1-1. Keith.
Extraordinary Measures.
Oh, 2-1. Tim.
Extraordinary Measures.
Oh, Ben Buster.
Pets.
Pets.
There you go.
Love it. All right. Guess what? We're going to the audience because I'm going Pets. There it is. 3-3. Yeah. All right, audience. We are now going to you. Out of the next 5, the first 3 that chime in for Extraordinary Measures or Pets 2 will take this bracket. So let's see where we're doing. We got people still talking about, Raiders by a snake. Raiders by a snake. I like that. You got Jedi people chiming in. Come on, we got people out there. I know you're out there watching. We got 30 people watching. All we need is a few people to chime in. Let's see. We got Pets. I had to go to
Wow,
the
Pets nailed it.
Wow. I had to go to the live feed. People are just like, well, Pets, Huck. Come on, let's go. Wow. Nice. All right. Look at that. I'm going to actually click Pets to move on. Oh, this is where I was sort of keep it away from you for a second. I think I know where you guys are going to go, but for me, this is not easy. Blade Runner versus The Fugitive. Wow. David, let's start with you.
Oh man.
Two classics. Come back to
this is tough. I mean, if you're talking about a first time watch, I would absolutely go Fugitive.
It's true.
But as time went on and you watch the movie more and more, the nuances of Blade Runner really come out. So I'm gonna go Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Tony?
I've got to go with The Fugitive.
It's so good, wall to wall. Keith.
They're both good films, but I have to choose Blade Runner just because I feel like the movie has such a longer legacy that it's left behind, a bigger imprint on film culture. It's tough, but Blade Runner.
Yeah, you guys gonna make it close? Tim, what are you gonna do, buddy? Yeah.
So Fugitive is a great movie. I love it. But there's other types of movies in that genre per se, and Blade Runner is just, there's other sci-fi movies, but this movie is special and it says something more. Fugitive's entertaining. Blade Runner has something to say. I'm going Blade Runner.
All right, Ben Buster, are you going to lean the scale at all towards The Fugitive?
Fugitive.
Oh. You had to do it, Ben. I was relying on you to not put me in this. You did that on purpose, didn't you, Ben?
No,
I know you did.
No.
Okay, you know what? God, I love these movies, but I'm going to go off of how I felt seeing these films.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, because Blade Runner had to really catch up to me for me to get into it, whereas The Fugitive, I was all in from the start. I'm also going to go with my heart and say The Fugitive. for that reason. So I'm going to let the audience figure out where this, because this is the bracket. We are getting down to the wire.
Yeah, I think the audience has already answered.
And did they? They've already chimed in. I'm sure it's Blade Runner,
Mhm.
right?
No, it's Fugitive. It looks like.
Oh my God! Look at that. So it went Fugitive, Blade Runner, Fugitive, Fugitive, Fugitive before it got to Blade Runner. Oh, whoa! Wow, Fugitive. You guys are right. Oh my gosh. That's why I put it up to the audience, man. I wanted to see which way they lean, and maybe they feel the same. So wow. All right, y'all. This is so fascinating. You guys digging this? This is pretty cool. Here we go. Next round: Raiders versus Return of the Jedi. Man, that's a good battle right there. I gotta admit. Ben Buster, where you feeling for this battle?
I gotta go Raiders because it's actually his starring vehicle over Return of the Jedi.
Okay. All right. So you're going with the leading role aspect for that
Yes.
one. Yeah. All right, David, how about you?
Yeah, even though I voted Last Crusade against Raiders, I have to pick Raiders over Jedi.
All right. Copy that. Tony.
Yes. As much as I hate going against a Star Wars film, Raiders, like Ben said, that's his vehicle, that's his movie. So I would go with Raiders.
Keith, feeling the same? Come on.
It's tough, but there's really no choice here. Raiders turned Harrison into a superstar.
Yeah. Yeah. It also showed he wasn't just a one-trick pony with Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Like he actually had charisma and star power, and you're right, that locked it in. Tim.
Just click that Raiders.
Click that Raiders. Ben, you're the same?
Yep.
All right.
You started with me.
Yeah, I figured I did. I was just making sure you didn't change your mind.
Twice, Ben.
You know, it could have changed his
Oh,
mind.
I'm going to tie it then, so we have to go to the.
Well, let's
Wow. All right. Oh, all right. I mean, you can't get more. 2 leading roles, man. So, audience, I want you to weigh in. I like that you're all chiming in. We had a bunch of Raiders on that last one. Now, let's see if you stay with that when we go against the Fugitive. So we have the Raiders versus the Fugitive. Tony, want to take us?
Yeah, to me, it's easy. It would be Raiders, even though I love both, but Raiders is the most for me.
Yeah. All right. Keith, Sam?
Look, I have to pick the movie that made me buy leather jackets and hats and whips.
Right? Copy that. Tim, you got your leather jacket?
Again, Fugitive is great. Raiders is another level. Raiders.
It is. It is. Ben?
Raiders.
Raiders. And David?
Raiders.
Yeah. You know, Raiders is one of the it's one of those films I had a video I did called 15 of my perfect films, and Raiders is a perfect film. It's just one of those I feel like every little bit of it just checks off all the boxes. It's funny, it's filled with adventure, it's got great characters, Spielberg's attached to it, like all these great things just make that movie shine.
And that score, that film score, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I still shed a tear when knowing that Chariots of Fire beat it out for soundtrack that year. Like I feel like Chariots, because it had that ding, 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 you know, like right, and it was on the radio that helped propel it to victory, because the March of Raiders, people still when they're running down the supermarket aisle trying to get and it like they do the Raiders theme. Okay. This one I shouldn't even bother you guys. Shall we? Okay.
No, we
Just
should
like
not.
Raiders.
Oh boy. All right, gents. It has now come to this. Round 1 and round 2. Blockbusters Witness versus Raiders. Are we going? I love that this is 2 seminal films in his career. The first one that solidified his acting chops as a dramatic actor and gave him his first and only Oscar nomination, up against the film that made him a legend. So 2 with incredible merits. This one, I feel could go either way, but maybe it's a slam dunk. Keith, start us off.
There's no way I'm voting against Raiders at this point.
Yep,
No
can't
way.
do it, huh? No way. Copy that. Tim.
Man, why?
Because that's how we got to do.
I know. God, Witness is an amazing movie, but how can I not vote for Raiders here, though? I gotta go Raiders.
Raiders. Okay. Ben Buster.
There's a reason why it always says Academy Award nominee Harrison Ford in movies. It's because of Witness. I have to go Witness.
Oh, picking his dramatic role. David, I see you shaking your head.
Yeah, Ben makes an excellent point. Harrison Ford's one Oscar nomination comes from this movie, but he deserves so much more. He should have an Oscar by now for a number of movies. With that in mind, I'm going Raiders.
Raiders. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony?
Yes, definitely Raiders. If you say Raiders of the Lost Ark, that's who you're going to think of. You're not going to think about Witness, even though I love Witness, but Raiders.
Yeah, you say Harrison Ford, and there's a couple of characters that will come to anybody's mind, and Indy is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It all starts with Raiders.
Yeah.
Well, there it is, y'all. I click it, and let's get this little X off here so we can see the winner right there in the middle. Not sure why it's moved over like that, but yeah. Here it goes. There it is. There he is. Gang. Look at us. Look at Morning Glory. Just good for that little movie Morning Glory. Making it all here. Look, see, even Secret Life of Pets. How the hell did this happen? Like those got really far. But it's just how they fell onto the charts, But there it is. We got down to Witness versus Raiders of the Lost Ark. Is anyone surprised that was the victor?
I'm not really surprised, but
it could have went either way.
Where's Temple of Doom?
Yeah, I apologize. It was one of the posters down in the bottom. And it's funny, as I was moving along, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, when did that come out? Because it was there before I started. So sometimes this thing, it plays a weird thing. I had to reset it. Like the posters went away. Like Tiermaster isn't or brackets. Sometimes it's glitchy. So I don't know if it came out, but yeah, it wasn't there. I have a feeling it would not have beat out Raiders. So
it would not.
No, I will say Temple gets way too much hate. I freaking love Temple.
Yeah.
Those first three movies are so damn good.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, it was definitely not omitted on purpose. I love Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom was one heck of a ride. That rope bridge,
literally
one of the greatest things. What was that?
Literally a ride in the mine shaft.
The minecart jumps and lands.
Man, that was so fun.
You could hear such a collective groan in the audience when that happened, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, it landed right back on the track. So let's see what else we got in here. Somebody's like, Ender's Game for the win. There you go, Darwin. Gus says, I'm just surprised Morning and Pets got that far. I know, right? Fans of something. Imagine being Ford and realizing you peaked in 81. Hey, I don't know if he peaked. I think he peaked well past that. That's what he stuck the land.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raiders is hey, Miss Caveman. Yeah, Temple of Doom to me feels like Indy and Goonies mix.
Yeah, it does.
That's a fascinating comparison. Yeah.
You got short round in
They both started. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to do a short round bracket next time.
Yeah. 3 movies.
Yeah. And just put them all at one time, vote, it's over. Then we just talk about whatever we want.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah. All right. Now what I want to know is we'll go through, you guys just sort of chime in. As you were preparing for this, I did some cramming myself. So for me, even today, I wedged in Morning Glory and Call of the Wild. I will say Call of the Wild was interesting. But it's funny because it's a CGI dog. So I like how it sort of has a little bit sort of human reaction. Sort of like, oh, like it'll, do that kind of thing once in a while. So not too much. Like they didn't go over the top with it, but it showed its hand a little that it was a fake dog. It was a great looking fake dog. Mm-hmm. But in the end, it was just kind of like, okay, I saw it, like it didn't make me go, oh, that was amazing. Where oddly enough, Morning Glory this morning, I was like, in fact, my daughter came in when I was watching the end of it, and it was just so hilarious. She sat down and she's like, what are you watching? This looks like a great movie. I'm like, now I got to rewatch it with her. I'm all in. So what about you guys? Any cramming or binge watching that made you find one? Like Keith, I know you did a whole bunch of binging. Tim, I know you did too. What'd you guys think? What'd you come across?
Well, one that we didn't talk about that much because it got knocked out super, super quick was Firewall, which it's not any lasting one by any stretch of the imagination, but
it's entertaining.
It's got a good cast. It's entertaining, and it's Harrison doing what he does best, really making you feel his predicament and making you care about the person and the actions he has to take. And it was watching the behind the scenes with him and the director, and he's talking about, being a physical actor and actually wanting to know that, the camera sees him, sees him take the falls, take the punches, takes the fall down these stairs, which looks super painful. And it's the ability to make you really invest in him as a character, and that you see him doing these things, and it's not just some, stuntman or a CGI stand-in. The fact that he made you care through all of these films. I mean, very rarely does he totally phone it in. Even in his worst films, there's a level of believability that really sticks through everything.
Yeah. What else? Anybody else? I love that though. Yeah.
So I didn't get around to anything I haven't seen. Everything I watched was stuff that I just felt like I really wanted to rewatch. Like we were talking Harrison Ford. I'm like, I gotta rewatch Fugitive. I gotta rewatch Witness. I gotta rewatch Jack Ryan's. So that's the stuff I got in beforehand. I got 4 movies in beforehand, and I wanted to do a Blade Runner double feature, just didn't get around to it. This, honestly, I would have voted for this above Raiders. I was hoping this made it a little further, but it's all good.
Yeah. It's funny when you get down to the wire like that. Like for me, like in my head, I thought it was going to come down to like Star Wars and
Indy,
Blade Runner or something like that, or Indy. Yeah, I knew I felt confident Indy was going to be up against something, but would that something be strong enough to take it down? But yeah. That's fun. I mean, he's just terrific. I've just loved his work for a long time, and I'm kind of excited. I hope he doesn't retire after this last Indy film. Who's excited for Indy 5? Is everyone ready to see him right off the sunset?
I hope it really does well. I hope it really does well.
Yeah.
But
Trailer looks
here's the
pretty
other
good.
thing. Who's excited for him in Thunderbolts? He's taking the place of
Yeah,
I'm kind of down for him in
General Ross,
Thunderbolts.
Yeah. See, that's great because
honestly, to me, he's an older Captain America, anyways.
Yeah, and because I just heard the rumor he was hanging it up, but now he's already doing that Western. What is it? 1897, whatever it is, with
Yellowstone, 1923 or whatever it's called.
Yeah, with Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren.
So, yeah, it definitely doesn't look like he's hanging up his hat, so to speak, the Indiana Jones hat.
Hanging the Spurs.
Actually, how great of a retirement though when he does retire, if it's just kind of looking at a wall and him hanging up his indie hat, that would be such a cool little like, I'm done. Yeah.
Super Bowl commercial.
That would be so amazing. And as soon as he does that,
to the museum and hangs it up here.
And then somebody should just reach in a frame and hand him an Oscar and say, "You're done."
Yeah.
Like if Jackie Chan got an honorary one, what are we waiting for with Harrison? I mean, what else does somebody have to do? He was known as the $1 billion man. Like he was the first actor who was in a number of movies that went over $1 billion. I think Jeff Goldblum snuck in, but that's because he got the fortune of being in all the Jurassic Parks and then Independence Day and things like that. So he had other blockbusters, but Harrison really just had like, Indy, and Star Wars. But outside that, he had huge hits.
He did.
Like Fugitive and Air Force One and all those things.
Yeah.
So without leaning too hard on just franchises, he's still, yeah.
Yeah, and thinking about his Star Wars career, he's the only one out of all of them that really had a career afterwards, a really good career, you know?
Yeah.
I think
he's
that's
the one that
important.
definitely did the most.
And thinking about Indiana Jones and this new movie coming up, nobody else should be playing Indiana Jones after him, to me. There should be no more Indiana Jones films without Harrison Ford.
Just hang it up, huh?
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the opposite in a way. Like, I enjoyed young Indiana Jones.
Well, that was good, yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind if they continued the character on, but earlier on, more like young Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's good. I would be up for that, but nothing afterwards.
No.
Yeah.
Not a sequel to this one.
I feel like what would be really nice, instead of starting a new film franchise, and because Disney Plus is sorely in need of something other than what they have on, would be an indie series where you can really, really dive into the heart of that character, find somebody perfect for the role, and let that live on Disney Plus. But man, you got to nail it though.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah. Disney Plus. Thinking about young Indiana Jones, that's what they should really bring out. I loved it. I loved having that. I had it on DVD when it came out, but we need to like that again. And then they can open up the stunt show again at Disney World and at
Disneyland. The stunt show, right?
I love that stunt show.
How much would you pay for a fully restored young Indiana Jones and release a Blu-ray set? Oh my god,
a lot.
But it would have to have the old man raps around, like put those back in. I hate that they took those out. With the old guy with the eye patch, the old Indy. We have fans of something saying, "What about Shia?" What about Shia?
I actually like Shia as an actor. I just didn't care for him in Crystal Skull. But I didn't really care for Crystal Skull much.
So Scab says he must have angered many. Is that because you're wondering why he hasn't gotten the Oscar yet? I don't know if he's angered anybody. I just think they're just taking their own sweet time to realize there's a legend still living, by the way. So chop, chop, hand it to him.
Yep.
Wait, they can't have him win every year, or otherwise he'll be the male Meryl Streep. So,
does anybody know where he got the scar on his chin?
Keith,
sir,
do you know where he got the scar?
I want to say it was a car accident when he was like 15 or 16.
So
yeah, it's funny. Good.
I was gonna say I wanted to. This just appeared in my head. Back to Witness, by the way. When he's doing the woodworking and he's gonna rebuild that little when she's like, "Do you know anything about woodworking?" He's like, "A little bit." I told my wife, I'm like, he was a carpenter before he was an actor, right? So I just I don't know, that kind of came in my mind.
That's great. Yeah, it worked in his skill. Here I just want to show you guys. This is the this is what the whole bracket looks like now that it's all done. You can see the tournament. It's pretty fun to look at. Now let's go around the horn since we got down this far and see what you guys think. Do you have just a top three? You got top three Harrison Ford films. We'll just go around. Tim, what?
It would be definitely Blade Runner, Raiders, and then probably actually Witness. So the ones I care about most made it anyways, besides Blade Runner. Like Witness is just that was a hard vote at the end, man. That was hard.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you. Like I'd have been happy with either one of those winning. Like his acting chops or his legendary thing. Ben Buster, what you got? Nerf herder?
I would have to say it's for me Crusade, Witness, and Fugitive.
Ah, fantastic. Keith?
I would probably have to go with I would have to pick the trifecta of Blade Runner, Empire, and Last Crusade.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
his
nice.
Big three franchises a little bit. Nice.
Tony?
Yeah, I would go Raiders of the Lost Ark, Empire Strikes Back, and Witness.
David.
For me, it'd be Last Crusade, Witness, and Air Force One would be my top 3.
Nice. And I think obviously Raiders. I think we all have an Indiana Jones on our list, right? Everyone had at least one. Yeah. Witness. And then my third slot, I feel like I could just drop a bomb anywhere and just go. It's really between Fugitive and Blade Runner. I think I'm going to lean on, again, the reason I picked it over, and I'll say The Fugitive as well. So it's almost the same as Tim's, just one different. But yeah, and everybody in the chats, let us know who your favorite Harrison Ford, what your favorite Harrison Ford film was. Yeah, let's find out. So any last minute things you want to say regarding Harrison Ford, one of our greatest actors of all time? What would you like to see from him? What do you love about him? This is your last hurrah as we round this out. Anybody?
I'm really hoping Indy 5 is good. I'm really hoping so. That's my main thing to say. I'm fingers crossed. And,
yeah. I mean, James Mangold, it's in good hands. You know,
it is. I just he's what is he now? Is he 80? We're in the 80s. Like
yeah.
I'm just hoping it comes across believable.
Yeah,
because it was borderline in Crystal Skull.
Exactly. I understand what you're saying. Like if he's doing two things that really an 80-something-year-old cannot.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard to swallow. Just trying to see if it's got his birthday. There it is. He's born in 42.
wow.
Yeah. Let's just say I'm not too bad at math, but that's 80-something right there.
Yeah, he's older. He's older than my mom.
Yeah,
she's up there.
That's 81.
Yeah, because in the trailer, I know when he hops on that horse, and he's and it looks a little deep fake.
Yeah,
on the face when the horse rears up and does a little Lone Ranger pose. But yeah, hopefully all that is smoothed out. It's still a ways away. So just hire those kids that do deep fakes on YouTube. They do it better than everyone in Hollywood for some reason. I even heard they hired one of those kids, I call them kids because I feel like they're 20 something, to work on the next Mandalorian or something like that. So they finally got smart. It's like, yeah, we came close with Luke, but I think that kid online can do a better one.
Yeah.
Ben Buster, anything looking forward to?
Just
love.
I just hope that they just don't shoo him into here's a Lifetime Achievement Award Oscar. I hope he does something, even though he's in his 80s, he does something that makes him deserve that Best Performing Actor. Yeah. And it's not just a shoe in for, we pulled a Hitchcock on you. Here's your Lifetime Achievement Award, Oscar.
Yeah. I think it's kind of past that now, though.
Yeah, I do think it's Hades. I mean, and if he does, I think because he's not relegated to the big juicy leads, it would be a supporting actor trophy.
Yeah.
That's why when he was in 42, I thought, oh, come on, maybe he can get that one. He didn't get that one.
At best, I mean, Anthony Hopkins is probably right around that age, and The Father, he was nominated for The Father. So, I mean, it's possible, but he'd have to get just the right role in pretty soon.
Pretty soon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
Yep.
All right. Anybody else? Keith? David?
Well, I want to say that I'm grateful for the films that he's done, that he's worked on. And I'm really grateful that he's gotten to a point where he's not afraid to really talk about Star Wars sometimes, because I feel like for the longest time, it's like he hated the franchise and didn't want to have anything to do with it. Now, I don't know if it's because they gave him buckets of money, but I enjoyed his press tour before Force Awakens. Him on Jimmy Kimmel talking about Chewbacca and what Chewbacca did with his wife or whatever. It was hilarious. He really
I saw that. That was very good. That was really funny.
And it was really funny, and it was really good. And it really, I felt, came from somebody who understood that, hey, I'm a part of this, but I can also make a little fun of it too. And one of the things that I feel is for me, is a lasting testament to his character as Han Solo is in Force Awakens when he's killed. In my opinion, of course, there's a lot of things that movie does wrong, but in that instant, the movie's over for me. Even if the rebels or the resistance wins, the movie is a downer because you've killed such an lovable and iconic character. And I'm grateful for the performances. I'm grateful for all the hours of entertainment that he's given us.
Well said. Well said, buddy.
Yeah,
David?
I don't think. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I just, Harrison Ford reminds me of my dad. And this is why I like him so much. As my dad's 73, and he's got kind of the same attitude and mannerisms and voice that Harrison Ford does. It's really weird. Kind of take Harrison Ford and Clint Eastwood and smack them together. It's my dad.
Wow, what a bitchin' dad! Dad's awesome.
He's part get out of my plane and part get off my lawn. It's really kind of. So I just I love his acting, and his movies are going to be a part of my life as long as I live. I'm going to watch Harrison Ford movies for the rest of my life. As I told you, Huck, I own a bunch of Harrison Ford movies.
Yeah,
and,
that's why I wanted you on.
everything in this tournament, I've watched and I own.
That's great.
In one fashion or another. So, So yeah, I was a little worried that I didn't cram, that I didn't go and watch stuff. And I'm like, well, I think I've seen just about every Harrison Ford movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great. And to see Force 10 pop up in the tournament, I thought that was great. I was something I didn't expect. So I was really excited to do that. Yeah, it did. And Secret Life of Pets too. I was like, really? That was kind of an unexpected thing. But yeah. So this was a lot of fun. I guess what I'm expecting is from Harrison Ford, and I'm not expecting anything from Harrison Ford. I'm looking forward to Harrison Ford. I'm looking forward to Dial of Destiny. I'm looking forward to him doing something else. I love to see him get an Oscar. I think that window might have closed at this point for him. And I know he's never really thought about this, but I wonder if he'd be willing to direct something.
Oh.
And that might get him his Oscar.
No, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I feel like Harrison, though, if he ever had that bug, he'd have scratched that itch.
Yeah, he'd have scratched that itch right now. Yeah, he'd have put some Benadryl on that.
Some chamomile.
Some chamomile emotion. So, but yeah, he hasn't he hasn't had any willingness to direct that I know of. But I think he could with his body of work. I think he could absolutely direct something, and it would be fantastic if he had the right script and somebody greased the wheels just a little bit for him. Maybe he'd do it.
Tim, what were you gonna say, bud?
Oh, I was just gonna say for some reason I don't think he ever clicked with the character of Han Solo to the extent of some of the other characters. Like he wanted Han killed off much earlier. He didn't click with it, but like Indy, he freaking loves the character of Indy. So like, he didn't care that I don't remember the name of the actor that played Han in the newer movie, but he didn't care that was being done. It didn't bother him. He cares someone else playing Indy because Indy is his character. So I just found that kind of Harrison would be happy Star Wars didn't win this because it's just.
Yeah, he would be. Oh, there it is again. I can't escape it. Yeah. There's if you guys know Chris Hardwick. Go ahead, Ben.
I know it's one of those things. That we poke fun of Bruce Willis doing all those made for straight to DVD, straight to Blu-ray movies. I just hope Harrison Ford doesn't be like, oh, I am in the acting bug. No one's giving me roles. Ends up doing that. I don't want to see that.
I think he could care less. I think he's like, I don't want to work that hard.
Yeah.
I think he's happy just doing whatever he wants.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, so who saw Who saw Expendables 3? What now that definitely felt like he just wanted to party with his friends, get a big paycheck, because that was, and you know, because he's a pilot, he's like, I get to fly a helicopter, I'm in. That's the only reason I feel like he did that movie, because it's like when they were doing the names like Willis, this, that, and it's like Ford. I'm like, Ford is in an Expendables movie, and then he was just barely in it.
Drummer.
Oh, was that? Oh,
David Drummer.
David Drummer.
Yeah.
So is he going? I wonder if he'll be in Expendables 4. I guess not.
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything, but yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't really heard about anybody being in it.
It'd be fun. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody. It's been, Sylvester Stallone left, and then they scratched the script, and then they hired a cast and brought Stallone back. So yeah, I have no idea what's going on now.
Yeah.
How is the Expendables such a lukewarm franchise though? For what it's just
Yeah.
I know. Well, I think it's because
it could have been so much better.
Like the actors are great. You grabbed all the great, former heyday, blockbuster guys, but it's the action isn't overwhelming. Like, it's not like a good Jackie Chan movie, right? Like it's just guns and explosions and close-up fistfights only go so far. When you've got these legends on there, I feel like if you're gonna, whatever that scene that actor is in, give Statham the best Jason Statham fight scene you've ever seen. Give Dolph Lundgren. Like I will say, I thought the Dolph Lundgren Jet Li fight when they were in that little thing, like Dolph was too tall and he was short, so like he could get under stuff, and Dolph was hitting his head. That was brilliant. That's like a very kung fu use your environment moment, and I feel like there wasn't enough of those moments.
I think where Expendables, in my opinion, fails is that they had too much of the action heroes on the same side. If they split them up a little bit more, made some villains, made some heroes, I think it would have been a much better series.
Yeah, because you get, Expendables 2, you get like everybody and the dog against Van Damme and
Van
Scott.
Damme. And that was a great fight. That was a great fight. Van Damme against Stallone, that was worth the money.
But if you get like the other ones, like if Dolph, completely changed sides and he was bad, and then you had Van Damme and you had like some really major like bad guy,
fame.
That would have been
what it's missing. That's what it's missing.
Yeah,
is the two sides,
or even having up and comers.
Yeah,
in the action scene.
Yeah,
be under these guys and have them be like the mentor roles.
Yeah,
in here.
I feel like we don't have any though. You know what I mean? I feel like after Statham coming up and then trying to make Ben Affleck and Matt Damon action stars. I don't feel like, because the superhero stars, I don't feel are action stars. They're superhero stars.
No,
like I don't be like, where's that new action Hugh Jackman movie? They just don't make them.
Yeah. When you think about the action genre is basically dying out for the most part. Yeah. Like our action stars are Keanu Reeves and Liam Neeson, like people that are already late in their career.
Denzel Washington. Equalizer 3 coming out this year.
Right, everyone's 50 plus.
I mean,
yeah, when your action stars are still 50 plus, it might be time to reinvigorate the franchise.
But I'm down for Equalizer 3, but give me some new blood. I want to see some new fighters come in and that can act. Don't just give me a fighter. Give me someone who can act that can also fight, and make that guy a new star.
We're gonna jump in here and see what some of our fans are loving. So Scaps likes Empire, Lost Ark, and Blade Runner. Side Hustle says Temple of Doom, Fugitive, and regarding Henry is your number one.
I like the love of Temple.
Yeah, regarding Henry.
How you doing, buddy? Joe says Star Wars Raiders, Blade Runner, a great pick there. Dell's here, can't stay long. Just want to pop in and show support. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you coming. He should have won for The Fugitive or Witness. Yeah, man.
He almost did.
He was
absolutely won for The Fugitive.
That was great. And Buster, what's in the jug?
It's water.
Water.
It's water.
That's right. It's water. So don't get too excited. Raiders, Empire are the faves. And Chuck Connors would make a great pick. Chuck Connors. Is he even still alive? Is Chuck Connors still around?
My brother's Chuck Connors. That's his
Oh, that's
name.
nice.
And
Well, guys, yeah, cool. I think that's going to bring our Harrison Ford tournament to an end. We would like to congratulate. Here it is one more time. The winner for tonight is Raiders of the Lost Ark as Harrison Ford's best film of all time. I think we're all pretty much on the same page with that. It's just a tremendous picture for him. Great story, great directing, acting. It's just wall to wall a fantastic film. And I'm with you guys as the best one. So as we leave here, we'll let you guys sign off and tell everybody who you are. Tim, your favorite thing? Let's go.
Yeah. I don't really have too much to say. I've got some upcoming videos. I got a out thrifting video coming soon and some other stuff. I don't know. Yay movies. This was a blast. Though.
Yay
Thanks for
movies.
I like streams.
Absolutely. Bro.
Yeah, I like streams.
When must are you scruffy nerf herder?
I do Walmart Wednesdays, which is I go to Walmart and I find stuff like movies to buy that no one else would talk about. I mean, that's what I do. I like talking about movies that no one else talks about. So if you like those type of movies, hit me up on Instagram and YouTube.
And I know if I ever do a Sandra Bullock tournament, you're in. Am I right?
Yep. Yep. I can guarantee
David.
a Sandra Bullock movie will win.
Yeah,
All right.
That's right.
So yeah, I'm David, the 4K Lowdown. We just did the 2022 Lowdown Awards on Thursday night. That was a great show. So hopefully you guys can check that on the replay, but we do a live show every Monday where this year with Turner Fan 77, my partner in crime on the channel, we are doing new releases. So we pick new releases every week that have come out within the last couple of weeks, and we watch them and we review them on the show with no spoilers. So hopefully you guys can check that out. We also have top 10 lists and yada, yada, yada. So yeah, unboxings and all that good stuff. So check it out.
Yep. Super fun stuff, man. These guys all have great channels. Even this guy right here. Take it away, Tony.
Tony, Basement Blues. I love collecting physical media. I've got some Harrison Ford films I need to purchase, which I will.
Nice.
But it was great. It was great being a part of this live stream. Thanks for having me, and check out my channel and check me out on Instagram.
Yeah, in fact, everyone's links are already down below, so you definitely got to go check them out. But before we do, let's hear from my old pal, Keith. Thank you so much, buddy.
Oh, it was great. Had a great time, and I'm so glad that this movie is at the top of the list.
Nice. Look at that. Can you look at all the steelbooks up there? Looks pretty swanky, bud. Look at that.
I like that setup.
That is pretty sweet.
That's a work in progress. So you got command strips, magnet strips, and so there's no nails or anything in the wall. Everything is just kind of stuck on there. And so I've got one row done. I've got more to put up, but you don't see the whole other walls of media that are everywhere else in this room.
So on that wall, is that strip just going to go all the way across the room, or is it going to go up and down? What's your end game on those steelbooks?
What you've got there is it's a 3x6 magnetic strip that I cut in half. So it's 3x3 or maybe it's 8, whatever. It's a little strip that I've got 3 command strips that are actually on the wall. So that's on the wall.
I see it. Yep, I see it.
There you go. It just hangs
there
up.
You go. That's pretty sweet. Tony, are you taking notes? Are you going to start
I don't have any walls. I have no wall. I have no wall space. So
you got to take down your posters, put up take your steelbooks out of their bags, hang them all up on the wall,
and worry about them falling on this tile floor, right?
Well, that's I did that myself, and I did a bad job. They fell off the wall. So
really,
I've been iffy on trying it again because I suck at stuff. So I feel like I'll screw it up again. And
it looks great for those that have done it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, Tony. I always thought that was carpet behind you.
Oh, this is a ceramic tile floor.
Oh, that was like a nice beige, soft carpet for your toes.
No, it's cold. Here.
Oh
It's,
man,
it's like 28 degrees down here.
Ooh.
is that why you always have your hoodies on?
Yeah.
I know. I hope
Yeah.
to one day have a basement that I could call my man cave. One day. Of course, I can't live in California and have a basement. So
I have a basement hug.
Move to Georgia.
now, that's right. Well,
Just
that
kidding,
is going to
guys.
do it. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming in tonight and talking Harrison Ford and picking the winner. I really appreciate you guys coming in. If you're new to my channel, please hit like, subscribe, do it to all these guys too. They have amazing channels. What are we at? We're at 39. You know, I like my even fives before we shut the door. Somebody click that like button and get us to 40. That makes me happy with those even fives. I am at almost 3,000 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody out there for always tuning in for these things. The next thing I have coming up, I believe, is going to be my superhero trivia contest. So be on the lookout. That's right. It's going to be a home dinger. So that's going to do it, guys, for tonight. Thank you so much. And all my guests for coming out. Until next time, we'll catch you guys later.
Bye-bye.
All right.